Will not use any ethnic slurs.
I'm keeping that in the recording. Guys, it's 2018. It's the Chinese Zodiac Year of the Dude Dog. What's going on?
What's up? We're back with another week of the worst year of our lives. I'm Daniel.
I'm Scott.
I'm Kelly.
And special guest...
Fuck yeah.
Special guest, fuck yeah. Also known as Luke.
Hey man, how's it going?
A man who unabashedly and unironically loves 2000 WCW.
2000 was a fucking good year for me, alright?
Yes.
Well, we are back another week. I've been gone for the last few weeks, but I came back for a real banger of an episode. It is May 15th. We are from Biloxi, Mississippi. We have a house of just over 8,000. Just
sounds pretty good.
Not bad. Honestly, that's a pretty good house, but only 2,800 paid. Welcome to WCW in the year 2000.
And an update on last week's show, which we didn't have the stats for, that took place from the fucking TWA Dome or whatever in St. Louis, which could have fit 65,000, did fit 6,500, and 3,300 of those actually paid for tickets.
Yeah, it's rough being WCW and trying to actually draw paid fans.
It's tough getting people to pay for your product.
Yes.
Because your product is weird.
Something I would have paid for to start this show, though. Actually, a good match.
Yeah.
Starts in the ring, basically. Cage is there. We got Vampiro versus Sting.
House of Pain.
House of Pain match. Got some shamrocks and shenanigans.
Yep.
Top of the morning to you.
Got some jumping around.
Top of the morning to you.
How many more House of Pain are you going to
nail them all?
That's the only...
that was one more than I could name.
Sure.
Well, yesterday was St. Patty's, and that's the day I listened to House of Pain for 24 hours straight.
Yesterday was May 14th, Luke. Come on.
Yeah.
Today is May 15th, 2018.
Don't be ridiculous.
So it's basically a Hell in the Cell, but there's handcuffs on all sides of the cage.
Yeah.
You win by handcuffing your opponent, and then that's it.
That's it. You
basically. Mm-hmm. So Vampiro's in the ring.
Yeah, so when you think about it,
yeah,
if the face wins... It's going to be, like, awkward afterwards.
Oh. In theory, you get to beat the guy up afterwards.
Yeah. Which, if the face, like, beats the heel up enough, it'll eventually, like, draw sympathy for the heel.
Yes.
A real Bret Hart, Vince McMahon situation.
And by beat him up, we mean Stinger splash him in the butt.
Yeah.
Fast forward a little bit, that is what happens. But Sting makes a pretty dramatic entrance. He's trying to get in. Vampiro won't let him in. Mm-hmm. He climbs to the top of the cage, and then he beats open a panel with his bat.
With a bat. It was cool.
It was cool. They had a pretty good match.
They do stuff.
They
Yeah,
just
it's fine.
do stuff. I just wrote, Sting busts open, hot fighting, Sting wins.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
It's like the standard, like, 2000 WCW, like, absolutely no psychology match.
Yeah.
Because, like, it just doesn't exist anymore.
No.
It's gone.
Yeah.
But they did stuff, and
Sting
it was
gets
fine.
a shine,
Yeah.
Vampiro gets some heat, Sting makes a comeback. It was cool.
Yeah.
It's alright.
Vampiro was a little slow on the bumping and feeding.
Yeah. A little bit.
For the comeback.
Like Luke said, Sting cuffs him to the cage and then hits a bunch of Stinger splashes to the butt.
Leaves.
But then as he's leaving, the cage starts to raise with Vampiro.
With Vampiro, and we're like, holy fuck!
Yeah. I just had visions of the cuffs just digging into his wrist.
Yeah. I'm like, I don't remember Vampiro dying on May 15th, 2000.
But then awkwardly, it kind of cuts to the entrance, and then we see Sting getting like a remote control for the cage, presumably.
Yeah.
And then it cuts back to the cage.
Vamp's gone.
And Vampiro's disappeared.
Because the lights did go down and Sting left.
Yes.
Yeah, it was like
but
dark for a bit.
He still got like a good 3 or 4, 5 feet off the ground.
He got.
He was in the air.
dangling.
Yeah. No. If Vampiro's on next week's episode, I'll be shocked, guys.
Is Vamp magic?
Yeah.
He is.
Yeah.
Is he?
He's a vampire.
Yes.
But is he?
Where does the blood come from? I need the red liquid. Come on.
Holy shit, there's no red liquid this episode.
No.
Crazy.
Yeah.
But guys, don't worry. We destroyed a lot of vehicles, so we made up for it.
Oh my god.
So many
In
vehicles.
WCW tropes.
So, speaking of vehicles, we had Wrath, or Brian Clark, getting out of his car.
Angrily throwing his gear out of his trunk.
Yeah, he was mad about something.
Shane Douglas just jumps him, slams him into the
he
trunk.
turns his trunk into an alligator and goes chompa, chompa, chompa.
Hits him, says, you've been franchised, leaves.
Yep, basically. We have the MIA, the Misfits in Action backstage. We
Round
have
call.
Yeah.
General Erection doing a bit of a roll
So Dan,
call.
I know you think you missed the formations of the Misfits in Action.
Yes.
You didn't.
No.
They just showed up one
They
day.
just showed up. So
Yeah.
this is the first time we've actually...
We've seen them, but like a couple ago, like he was Hugh Morris, but kind of wearing the MIA gear, and the next week he was General Erection.
Gotcha.
But we got a promotion this week.
So we have
a very funny promotion.
The former Van Hammer.
Silly story behind it.
Not Van Hammersley.
Not Van Hammersley.
Getting
and that's
promoted,
the way the race was won.
Getting promoted to Major Stash.
Because he was Private Stash,
Yes.
which is a weed joke.
Yes.
But Van Hammer, the guy, didn't want to be a private in the ranks of the Misfits in Action, so he demanded, like, for real, they change his rank to Major Stash.
Yes.
Even though they already have a fucking Major, and she has better tits than him.
Yes.
Well, yes. I don't know. We've never seen Van Hammer without her shirt off yet.
Yeah, so we get the introduction of Major Stash and Major Guns back to back.
Major Guns works perfectly as a name. I'm so mad at Major
professional
Stash.
Private Stash.
But did he give names to everybody? Is this where everybody got their names?
Maybe this is where they got their names.
Yeah, because he got Corporal Cajun definitely got name dropped. I don't think Lieutenant Loco got name dropped.
I don't know.
He did say something, but he just kind of rambled on. They were just kind of being funny and whatever.
He was like, I'm gonna be the WWE head trainer one day.
Corporal Cajun, like, what's your major malfunction? He's like, because you don't want to come to this your something along those lines.
Whatever happened to Lash LaRue?
I hope he draws comics for a living now, because he was like an artist, right?
He definitely was doing that gig where like former wrestlers from WCW and TNA could phone you on your birthday.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, he
that's
was
a good
definitely
one.
on that line. Yeah,
That's a good one.
He may or may not have known someone who patronized that as a joke to me. Did I get a phone call from ODB for Father's Day? You better believe I did. Thanks, Pistol Pete. Anyways,
that's a real thing that happened.
That's a real thing that happened like 10 years ago.
Not a joke.
Not a joke. I mean, it was a joke. But
we're not joking that it happened.
Correct. Speaking of jokes, or no jokes, Chronic are out to cut a promo.
Still spelled with a C at the end.
Still with a C. Yeah. I spelled it with a K on my notes.
It's because how you fucking spell it.
They call out Shane Douglas. Shane comes out to his sick WWE Network Deep Purple ripoff.
Yeah.
He's like, if you think I'm coming down to challenge you for the tag titles by myself, you guys have more muscles between your ears than I gave you credit for.
Or something.
Yeah.
It was weirdly worded.
What he was trying to say was the more muscles than brains thing. But it didn't work.
No.
At all.
No. So he brings out the Wall to be his tag partner.
Why's that?
I mean, they were in the Revolution together, but...
He and Buff are the tag team champions.
Oh, that is correct. Because Buff has been magically suspended.
I think.
Did we look up if that was when Buff Bagwell's calf implants rejected?
Yeah, that's the theory.
He went and he was super self-conscious about his looks.
Yeah, because everything was huge except the skinny legs.
Yeah, so he went and did it on the secret because he didn't want anybody to know he got calf implants.
Guys.
Dan, have you got the scoop?
Marcus Bagwell was arrested late May 9th after the show in Springfield, Illinois for possible charges of battery, and as a result, a few days later was suspended for 30 days. At 10:15 p.m., Daryl Miller, a 35-year-old member of the WCW ring crew, was carrying carpet to the back, and Bagwell, Lex Luger, and Miss Elizabeth were blocking the door he was going through. The crew member asked them to move so he could get what he was carrying through the exit door. Bagwell told him he was conducting business. Words were exchanged. Allegedly, Bagwell hit the crew member. There you go.
So he's just an asshole.
I wonder what business they were conducting.
I don't know, selling steroids
wonder
to
what
one another.
Buff Bagwell and Lex Luger had in terms of business with each other. I can sort of think of one thing. So shoot suspended.
Yep.
So
that's breaking news, guys. We just broke that.
And if you want more scoops like that, give us a call at 1-900-909-9900.
Parents get your... kids get your parents' permission.
Parents, get your kids' permission.
So Chronic versus Wall and Shane... basically, right off the bat, Chronic kind of jumped them.
Yeah.
Brian Clark goes for the meltdown on Shane.
We don't get it.
And then Shane just leaves.
Yeah. Shane's done.
Shane's just done until the end of the show.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Then basically what happens is the Wall picks apart Chronic.
Yeah.
He
puts them through tables.
They both no-sell it.
Yeah.
When did he fall off the apron, though?
Right near the beginning.
That was very funny.
He took a nice little tumble.
Oh, slipped and fell.
Slipped off. With WCW's got the full-on ramp that was like early 90s WCW.
Yeah.
It's back. I love it.
Yep.
It's great.
I'm so stoked.
I like it.
All wrestling venues should have a ramp.
I enjoy ramps. I've only wrestled once with a ramp.
Yeah, me too.
But it was
Me
the
too.
greatest weekend of my life.
It's great. And we made as a group made full took full advantage of the ramp.
Yes.
Like there was a ramp bump counter.
Yes. Anyways, Chronic no sell a bunch of table spots. Give them the high times. Successfully defend their titles, I guess. Or
No,
did they
won
win
them.
They won them.
They won the titles from Douglas and
The
the
Wall.
Wall defending for Buff Bagwell,
that's right.
even though Chronic had possession of the titles because they had stolen them earlier.
That's why I was confused.
Yes.
I've also missed a couple weeks, guys.
Yeah.
So
So,
but that probably doesn't even hurt me in the realm of WCW.
It might be
you know?
better.
So the Wall is selling for Chronic. EMTs come out to help him.
They start, like, you know how EMTs, when someone's hurt, how EMTs approach that? This is not how they approached it.
They just lifted him up.
Lifted him up by his neck.
You good?
This guy might have a spinal injury.
And he was in fact good because he gave one of them a wicked choke slam through
Yeah,
the table.
it was good.
He
That
also
guy-
booted one right in the face.
Yeah. That chokeslam was really good.
So we have Eric and Kimberly Page in the back, just cooling out, eating some fruit. Disco comes back and says, "Hey, I don't want to be with the Mamalukes
I
anymore."
want to be my friends.
Yeah, Bischoff says, "Cool, do whatever you want. I don't give a fuck."
Basically. Then Terry Funk comes in and says, "Hey,
Terry Funk and the Cat come in together.
Yes.
Important point.
Yeah.
Cat brought him in.
I guess
Okay.
he kind of like
Look what the cat dragged in.
Got him.
Terry Funk says, I know you don't like me, but I'm not going to relinquish this hardcore title," which he didn't have on him.
No, and we never saw.
We never saw it. And he's not going to retire. And then they're like, "Oh, you're not going to." Oh, kablam! The cat jumped him.
Like high kicked him. It was
Yeah,
sweet.
Head. He high kicked from the back of the head, and there's kind of a bit of a pause. Then Terry Funk did an old man
Tumbles
roll
over the side of the
table.
desk.
So we have Ralphus and Norman Smiley.
Normand Smiley.
Yes. And they're hanging out by a dumpster.
Yeah.
They have about
Making food.
a buck and change between the two of them.
They're destitute.
They need a job, and so they're like, "Oh, hey, let's go get a job." And then out of nowhere, we see the Goldberg monster truck.
Yeah.
And
chilling.
I personally assume, like, oh, they're going to go become race car drivers or monster truck drivers. That's where this is going.
No, that's Medusa's gig.
It's not where it's going. So next match, we have the Filthy Animals, Conan, Ray, and Hoovy versus Terry Funk.
Yeah.
In a 3-on-1 hardcore title match.
I think so.
This match is a mess. I wrote, Cat kicks Terry's ass to the ring.
Yeah.
That's
he
right.
basically just beats him up down towards the ring.
Yeah.
Then they all just start wailing.
Yeah, they take turns hitting him with weapons.
Arabian Facebuster.
Yeah, by Ray.
Yeah. Yeah. Where's the top rope?
Arabian facebuster.
Face buster.
Conan does his like rolling clothesline with a chair, but
so funny.
That was booped.
because of like the distance, it turns into kind of a rolling push.
It's a
with the
boop.
chair. It's a little boop.
Did we get a final count on how many bad chair shots there was on this show? Because there was like 20.
There's a lot
Yeah.
later on. Yeah. Well, honestly, there's more in the later segment that we'll get to than
Yeah.
this one. Then the MIA make the save. Then
Yeah.
Disco
Yeah.
evens the numbers for the Filthy Animals.
This is what he wanted to do.
Then-
Didn't want to hang out with him Gumaz anymore,
Then,
which I believe is mistress.
Fine dressed man Booker T comes out and just beats the shit out of everybody.
Yeah.
All the while, Terry Funk is just lying in the middle of the ring.
Center of the ring, everyone has to work around him.
Yes. Booker eventually slams, I think it's Hoovy,
Yeah.
with like a big face buster, and then they just kind of pull Terry Funk onto Hoovy to
Yeah.
successfully defend his title. Then, because it's wrestling in the year 2000, guys, we got to get Major Guns out there to give Terry Funk mouth to mouth.
Yeah.
And she revives him.
Here's a credit where credit is due situation right here.
Yes.
Guns gets down to give him at the mouth, and then switches around to face Hardcam.
Yes.
So she can do it properly.
Yes, and so
That was good.
we get a nice cleave shot.
That's
while-
a pro move by a green person.
yes.
That's impressive.
Tylene Buck, we salute you.
I liked it when you took your tits out on that Best of Backyard Wrestling tape.
Nice.
So we got Ralphus and Norman. They get a job as popcorn vendors.
Yeah.
The guy selling the popcorn,
Good actor.
pretty good actor.
Good actor.
Pretty good actor. We see-
I think not a wrestler. I think
no.
80s business
at
guy.
the very least local theater, maybe a young Zac Efron.
Sure. Yeah, really young Zac
Pretty
Efron.
young.
Like in the year 2000. Like
Maybe I should have
like
gone
8 years old Zac Efron,
Yeah,
maybe.
maybe I should have gone with a different reference.
We have Flair barging in on Eric and Kim, who are still cooling out and eating fruit. He wants to know where Russo is. We have... this match is weird as fuck. We have Candido and Tammy coming out. Saying that they're going to...
And I got psyched because, like, I like Candido a lot.
Yes.
And I'm like, oh, maybe we'll have, like, a Cruiserweight title match.
Yes. And we did get a Cruiserweight title
Technically,
match.
we did. It was a real careful what you wish for.
Yeah. And we had a Cruiserweight title match. They basically challenged... They said, we're the best couple in WCW. We're going to challenge any other couple to come out, face us in a mixed tag match.
Yeah.
For the Cruiserweight
title.
Because why not? That's usually how titles are defended.
Absolutely.
Singles titles.
That's kind of the rule of thumb in WCW, because why not?
Yeah.
So we get Crowbar and Daphne. It starts out with Candido and Crowbar, and they do some pretty cool shit, actually.
Yeah.
They do a nice...
If it had just been that, probably would have been good.
This is literally the first 4 moves of the match. Tilt-a-roll, head scissors, release German, superplex, diving headbutt.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, real hot. They're
Hot.
going 2 minutes. They probably only went like 4 or 5.
Probably.
It felt longer.
Yeah,
Because as soon as the
it was
girls
a lot
got
of
in there...
girls standing around and, like, missing cues.
Yeah.
really
the finish
awkward.
got fucking weird.
The weird powerbomb thing on the apron that took forever because they kept mistiming the jump.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. They,
on the ramp.
Yeah, that's right at the finish. They brawl around outside for a bit. Crowbar slams Candido, gives him like a Vader bomb off the guardrail.
Yeah.
And then he's kind of hunting him down with a chair where Tammy does a baseball slide to break it up. And it's
cute.
so awkward and slow
Yeah.
that in a poor attempt for fucking
Madden tried
Pigman
to
Mark
cover.
Madden to cover is like, oh, Candido kind of saw it coming, but like
Crowbar.
Crowbar.
Crowbar's so crazy. So demented. It's almost like he was waiting for that chair shot.
Yeah.
Thanks, Porco.
Anyways, yeah, the guys are brawling on the apron. Oh, Miss Hancock comes out because why not?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And then she
What?
announces, "I'm gonna dance, hit my music." I don't fucking get why they do like
These people
I mean, I get
came
it.
to
but-
see me.
Will there ever be a payoff to the dancing?
Yeah.
No.
No, you don't think?
No. The payoff is her fucking George Clooney. That's
That's
the long-term payoff.
that's great for everybody.
Sure. I mean, it's good for George. What are you doing? We got fucking Al Green with a run-in, and he's getting into some shit he shouldn't get into. It's fine. I can do it. So, anyways, more wrestling. Basically comes down to the girls who... Tammy gives Daphne a stunner.
Oh.
Daphne basically just no-sells the stunner.
Yeah.
And then
her up.
Tammy, who's distracted by the guys fighting on the apron, gets
rolled up.
schoolboyed, and Daphne wins the Cruiserweight title.
Maybe. Daphne and Crowbar win it. I don't know. Like, Crowbar assumes he won it because he's a man.
Yeah.
And normally it's held by men. But not exclusively, because I believe Medusa held it.
Medusa did hold it last year.
A precedent has been set.
Oklahoma, also not a man.
Also not a man.
Also a former champion.
So, yeah. So
I forgot about him.
Also a pig.
also a pig. Yeah. So, yeah, hard to say. But, so Daphne scored the pin, so Crowbar assumes that he is the champion, and he's like, yo, Daphne, put that belt on me, and she's like, and puts it on herself, and everyone's like, oh, hey, one of you is the champion.
And that's basically it.
Yeah.
So we got Flair out, looking for... actually, he comes out and beats up Crowbar. New Cruiserweight champion Crowbar. Let's just...
Everything just there's no breaks. Everything just segues into each other. It just keeps going.
It's a real Mr. Show of
I remember
professional wrestling.
I remember watching wrestling for the last 2 hours, but I'm so confused. I'm trying to.
You don't feel good after you
I'm trying to remember what happened, and it just this.
It's too much.
Shit gave me fucking amnesia.
It's too much.
You know, people listening to this think that, oh, this is so funny. They're talking about this. You have no idea how painful this is. Like my grandfather's funeral was more entertaining than this.
Wow.
Okay.
Flair calls.
But that's not fair, because your grandfather's funeral was amazing.
It was pretty bumping.
Flair calls out Russo, makes reference to his New York ass on multiple occasions.
Yeah.
Russo is then shown in the production truck saying, play this video when I tell you to play this video.
You better play it.
We hear Flair on through the production truck saying,
Don't play that video.
Don't play that video. Like, I don't care if you play that video, but
how did he know?
We go to commercial. We come back. Flair's just awkwardly still in the ring.
He's been there for 3 minutes that we didn't see.
This felt like a production snafu because he was there for like
a while,
a good minute before
too long.
They played the video.
But
did that also have the weird cut?
Yeah, it did. It had a weird cut to Sting.
Oh yes,
going out to his car in his gear, and then he just throws his bag down and puts his hands on his hips like. And then he goes over. His car is on fire.
Destroyed vehicle number 1.
Yes,
not the last.
And that is, by the way, the last time that is looked upon.
Never.
Nobody references it.
Yeah. No.
Never referenced. I just pictured,
par for the course.
I just pictured Sting, hands on hips. Just there are days, and then there are days.
But that's not Sting's car though. That's a fucking rental car.
Oh,
Sting doesn't drive a Chrysler New Yorker, all right?
Hopefully, Sting opted in for the extra insurance. Otherwise, his credit rating may be plummeting.
No. He just files a class action lawsuit at Vampiro, get him to pay for it.
Well, now we're assuming Vampiro did it. We don't know that.
Well, he's just dangled him in the cage with the fucking. I mean, who else is it going to be?
It's probably Vampiro. It's probably Vampiro. So we get the tape.
It was Blitzkrieg the whole time.
Jeff Farmer.
We get the tape. It's Russo, David Flair, and Daphne taking a tour of Ric Flair's house.
Yeah.
And basically cutting down, we see Flair's new family on the wall. Little Reed and
Champ.
Little Charlotte.
This doesn't age well.
No, this promo really doesn't age well.
This is a bummer.
One of the highlights is Daphne playing chopsticks on the piano as they narrate the family portrait that David is absent from. We see, I believe Russo uses the term that he's going to violate the Nature Boy's bed.
Yeah.
I assume he's going to fuck his pillow.
Gotta fuck those pillows.
Doesn't. Tour of the pool, tour of the bedrooms. We see Reed's bedroom and all his various wrestling trophies.
Yeah.
One kind of running gimmick that I actually thought was pretty funny. Russo puts on a Flair robe and wears it for the rest of the episode. Yep. I did enjoy that a lot, actually. In the middle of all this, the Flair family gets home, asks David, like, has he gone nuts, and that they're going to call the cops on him.
They not watched him for the last, first part of the year?
Well, clearly they're not watching Nitro, because fucking nobody did.
Yeah.
I do love, as Russo and co are leaving, Reed gives Russo a hard
good shove.
Yeah, that was good. That probably felt good.
Yeah.
So then...
one thing, it was like a... Russo in Flair's house wrecking shit is like the perfect allegory for what he did to WCW.
Yeah, it was actually
he puts the robe on and just acts like a prick and doesn't give a shit about like any of the legacy. Just rolls up into wrestling's house and wrecks up the joint. It's perfect.
Basically sums it up.
Yeah, that was me. I would have put the robe on and jerked off in every room in the house.
That's kind of what we expected was Ashley and Reed to walk in on this and be traumatized.
You'd be there for a while because there's like a refractory period, right? Like you gotta.
Has Ashley Flair seen Vince Russo's dick? Has it happened?
No.
But you're not sure.
I'm hesitant to say. That's gross. So David finally comes out to Rick with Daphne, refers to Russo as his dad and just Rick as Rick.
Yeah.
They kind of challenge each other to face one another at the next show. Daphne is making faces in the background the whole time.
Yeah, completely undercutting any seriousness.
Yeah, it's kind of adorable, though.
It's funny.
I'm a huge Daphne mark. She looks like every girl I've ever dated.
Fair. Rick will retire if he loses their match at the Great American Bash. But also, Flair is also facing Jeff Jarrett for the title later tonight.
Yeah.
I'm calling in that favor now. I don't know who owed him that favor.
I think he said from Russo. I'm like, you guys hate each other. Like he just fucked your bed. How is he giving you a title shot? I did not understand that at all.
Jarrett jumps in with the guitar. They refer to him as the acoustic equalizer.
That's pretty cool.
Fuck that.
It was the Fatso that called him that. What do you expect?
No, I bet it was Scott Hudson.
I thought he called the guitar the acoustic equalizer.
Maybe that's
the guitar.
Yes, okay.
Because it's acoustic guitar.
So he's the acoustic equalizer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Scott Hudson is normally pretty on point.
Yeah.
He was kind of bad this show.
He had a couple weird things.
He had a couple weird lines. He definitely referred to Bischoff, the Cat, and Liz when they came out later.
As a quartet.
Speaking of Liz, we have a real uncomfortable segment.
Oh, really? An uncomfortable segment involving Liz. Never would have guessed.
We have Russo with Liz in the back, surrounded by security, and he just kind of berates her, and he's like, hey, you think this cage is not here for a reason? I'm going to show you why this cage is here.
Just wait till I fuck your mouth inside of it.
Yeah.
That was the implication.
That is totally the hand clap extra rapey.
So he brings Liz out. I liked that there was kind of a canon from earlier in the episode. We have a repairman on top of the cage trying to fix the roof.
Fix Sting's hole.
That Sting broke.
Just like Super
Phrasing.
Mario.
Yeah, real Super Mario looking Wap Dago.
What did we say about ethnic slurs?
Sorry. That's not acceptable in the year 2000. That totally is acceptable in the year 2000.
That's very acceptable in the year 2000.
We should just use language that's acceptable in the year 2000.
We have not been saying faggot and retard.
Right. I mean, that's what I was thinking, but... so Russo brings her in, and he's like, I'm gonna... What's his deal with Liz? I don't get it. I missed a couple weeks.
He just, owns her now.
He owns her, and he's
he re-kidnapped... they go out and do something in the ring, and, she could get away, but then, he just re-kidnaps her every week.
It's a real Bowser and Peach situation.
Yeah, that makes sense with Mario on the cage. Yeah. That's great.
Yeah, where did the 7 Bowser kids come from?
That's a good question. I've always wondered about that.
Well, you know exactly.
By the way, Bowser, best single dad of all time.
Right? He just kind of reproduces
sexually.
Then why is he kidnapping the princess?
Well, he's got to give the kids.
He's just budding. He's just budding off little Bowsers.
I think he just buds off little Bowsers, and he's got sexual needs too. So he's got to get the princess.
Bowser got to fuck, and in case you doubt that, check out DeviantArt because Bowser got to fuck.
Oh man, you got plenty of fucks on DeviantArt.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna Google that later. So we get Liz versus Medusa in the cage, basically, but the match never starts. It's just Medusa and Russo just screaming at her.
The cage fixed yet?
Exactly. The cage is lowered, but it's not fixed. Conveniently, our Super Mario repairman, whatever, climbs through. And reveals that it's actually Lex Luger.
Yep.
I thought that was kind of cool.
It was good.
That was neat setup, and they set it up earlier by breaking the.
There was some logic.
That was some logical booking in a Vince Russo universe.
Yeah, there's one guy on the team who cares.
Yeah,
and that was him
on the whole show.
This segment gets real messy though, so I'm just gonna read off my notes real fucking verbatim. Liz versus Medusa in a cage. Russo rape dungeon fantasy. Maintenance man Lex racks Medusa.
He did rack Medusa.
Low blows
Medusa, who didn't want to go out for the rack, but she's very small. So.
Low blows Lex. Lex is wearing a cup he no sells. Humiliates Vince, who no sells the humiliation
because he's Vince,
which was getting the cup in the face,
and
getting
rubbed in his face.
Dicked. Security comes in to beat on Lex. K-Nash makes the save. Security is really scared of K-Nash.
Yeah.
He clears house, goes to powerbomb Medusa. Mike Awesome makes the save, referred to as Mike Not So Awesome.
Got him.
By Scott Hudson.
And referred to by Kevin Nash. Or no.
Yeah, Kevin Nash refers to him as Eddie Money. That's my next note. I proceeded to play Take Me Home Tonight while we watched the rest of this segment.
It actually worked.
Yeah, it was a nice soundtrack.
Yeah.
And then they challenge one another to an ambulance match later on the show.
Yeah. Can't wait till someone gets driven away in an ambulance.
That happens.
That's how an ambulance match works.
That's how an ambulance match works.
Literally the rules of an ambulance match.
That's how this ambulance match went, right?
Yep.
We'll get there.
Feeling good about it. Chuck Palumbo was there.
Yeah.
He didn't do anything.
No. He just kind of stood on the outside.
He was involved in the beating on Lex before Nash came.
And then he ran away.
And then he was done.
Yeah. Scott Steiner shows up late, I guess.
Yeah, because he's Scott Steiner. He doesn't give a fuck.
With his freaks.
He was banging.
He says that he saw what was on the format, and
it was stupid.
If Vince Russo was here, he would shove it up his butt.
Yep.
And then he just kind of runs off.
Yeah.
We have Norman and Ralph is selling popcorn around ringside, being real stand-up professionals.
Yep.
We are shown a little package for this month's WCW magazine with a cover of a shirtless Jeff Jarrett.
With the large text, all the stroke. Which just straight up looks like a playgirl.
Looks so much like gay porn, it's not even funny. I know that's a very 2000s joke to make. This looks like such gay porn.
But it looks like gay porn.
It looked like gay porn, guys. 2018, 2000, doesn't matter what year. Looked like gay porn. This segment is so fucking funny. So, Scott Steiner...
This is great.
Oh, God!
So, Scott Steiner is outside the building. We get Tank and Rick Steiner hunting him down.
Why?
Why? I don't know.
Rick Steiner turned on the last show.
Yeah.
Because,
Tank and Scott got into a fight last show, and Rick came and pulled Scott off a Tank.
So we have they kind of stalk him. The girls jump Rick with 2x4s.
Yeah, just off camera, 2x4 appears out of nowhere and hits him in the back.
It's great.
Yeah. He no-sells it.
Yeah,
and then
because a girl hit him.
Uses those 2x4s to beat the shit out of his brother.
Yeah.
So Tank and Rick basically double team him with 2x4s, whatever, pounding him. Who makes the hot run-in? The Goldberg monster truck.
Yes!
But it's a truck and not a man, and so
it's literally a truck.
His run-in consists of him running over
fucking crushing cars because WCW hates vehicles. Hates them. It was so good.
So with Goldberg gone, does that mean like his spirit is inside of the truck?
Yeah, I don't think anyone is driving the truck.
I think they're implying Goldberg is driving.
Well, Tom Mintz is driving the truck. I know that, but
I'm assuming that Vince Russo, while running his 9 to 5, his video shop in Queens, New York, or wherever the hell, had recently watched Christine, and and was like, oh yeah, the truck comes alive, and becomes one of the performers.
Goldberg.
Who's going to beat a monster truck in a wrestling match?
I don't think he'd even watch Christine. I think he'd watch the other one.
Maximum Overdrive.
I think he'd get the ideas from that one.
Yeah,
Maximum Overdrive was great.
That's something. So we get our ambulance match. It's K-Nash versus Mike Awesome. This entire year, WCW has just basically been a bunch of tomfuckery where every match is basically an ODQ match. There's non-stop low blows.
They referenced it.
Non-stop interference. The referees never call DQs, or if they do, it's after like the 5th infraction.
Yeah.
And basically at this point, the announcers go like, okay, like maybe we should try and make some logic of this. So they're like, hey, it's WCW. It's the year 2000, guys. It's the year of the thong song. We got more relaxed rules here in WCW. I wrote this is a pretty whatever match.
Yeah.
They just kind of brawl around.
It's all about the finish.
Awesome cuts him off, probably with a low blow, I don't remember. He goes to set up a table. It takes forever to do it.
Because it's got like a big black sheet over it.
Yeah.
And he refuses to just take the sheet off so he can get at the legs and set it up properly. He keeps trying to do it through the sheet. What is he? A Hasidic Jew? Am I right?
Oh God.
Man,
this might be the episode where we lose.
This might be our last episode.
We're getting demonetized for sure.
Anyways, while he's struggling to set up the table, he gets back on the rampway. Out comes DDP to give him a diamond cutter. And then Kevin Nash and DDP attempt to powerbomb Mike Awesome.
Well,
Kevin Nash is like, I can powerbomb Mike Awesome.
Yeah.
Guess what? You can't.
Actually, DDP, you're quite right, was playing the role of Scott Hall and just pointing at him and doing cool hand signs, basically.
Yeah.
But then DDP had to make the save as Mike Awesome's life flashed before his eyes, basically. And he had to help lift him up and then awkwardly jump off the stage with him to kind of guide him down through the table.
Yeah, so he didn't die.
Yeah. And then the match just ends.
Yeah. The ambulance match ended with a guy going through a table.
DDP and Kevin Nash just leave. And then referee Charles Robinson is just like, nope, he can't continue.
He's done.
Match is over.
We're like, the ambulance is right there.
They showed Nash driving the ambulance to the ring, backing it up into the position.
Yeah, he's got that Class 5 driver's license.
I was going to say, if you got it, why wouldn't you use it?
Yeah, they probably didn't want to move him because he had a shoot spinal injury from that fucking table.
Yeah, he's probably actually dead.
Yeah.
Probably was hurt.
Oh, God.
Speaking of more cars, Hogan arrives in a Dodge Charger or something. Or
69 Charger?
Yeah, something like that.
General Lee.
Wearing his FUNB shirt, which stands for what? Does it stand for?
Fun Brother.
Yeah.
Fun, brother.
Yeah. Hogan's going to have some fun, brother. I mean, it probably stands for fuck you, New Blood, but...
Wouldn't it be FYNB?
Let us. Yeah, that's true. FY.
Not if you're Prince.
Yeah.
Sure.
But then wouldn't it just be a symbol?
Sure.
Hogan is a symbol. So the popcorn guy, real professional. He fires Ralphus and Norman because Norman's a real fat pig. Nope, sorry, Ralphus is a real fat pig.
Norman is a nice man.
Yes, and he basically
digs in his butt,
and then digs through the popcorn.
It had poo on it.
Yeah.
They cut to his butt earlier, and it had poo.
Well, it wasn't really. It was like there was a bunch of dirt, black dirt above his butt.
You ever had a black poo before, Scott?
I have, but that's not where it goes when it's done.
Have you ever gone so hard that it shoots up your back?
Well,
like it was on his lower back.
Yeah, well, it's Ralphus. He's an unhealthy person.
He is an unhealthy
He probably
person.
pooped in the bed and just didn't, rolled around in it.
Anyways, they get fired.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
real class act, the popcorn guy. I hope he comes back next week.
He's good.
As a different character.
Oh, sweet.
We have Eric, Kat, and Kim, a real quartet.
The quartet.
They call out DDP. They're looking to cuck him some more.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
He basically just kicks the shit out of them for like a good 3 or 4 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Until Kim jumps him with a chair.
With a bonk.
Then my man, Sid's fake music starts playing.
Yep.
I legit freak out.
Yeah.
I'm so stoked.
First appearance since the first Bisho Rusov episode.
Sure.
Famous Russian author Rusov.
That was like 6 weeks ago.
Yeah.
And then he stands on the apron and calls for the tag in this non-match.
And we're like,
It's a tag match.
Yeah. As soon as he did that, it was like, great. He's turning on DDP.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that is, in fact, what happened.
Nah.
It just dawned on me we get 2 swerves in a row. There's another one coming up.
Oh,
guys.
yeah!
Sorry to spoil it,
Yeah.
but
Bunch of swerves.
Also, this is Sid's second heel turn in not very long because he turned heel on Hogan in
That went nowhere.
in March right before the restart.
Yeah.
And then when
was
they
a babyface.
when they did the restart, he was back to babyface.
Yeah.
And now he's turned again.
turned again.
So Russo has Elizabeth, and he has DDP's wife.
No, Bischoff has DDP's wife.
But Bischoff, the
they're
heels,
together.
the heels do have
So,
everyone's wife.
So Bischoff and Rushoff
Yep.
are a real cucking tag team.
Right,
together.
right.
They're wife swapping with other man's wives.
Yeah.
So
And so let me get this straight. I seem to remember. So Russo's in charge of the New Blood, and Bischoff is in charge of the.
In theory, they both are, but they
no,
do.
they both are. With
They
New
both
Blood.
are, but they do seem to have like split responsibilities. I don't
Like,
really.
One is the CEO and one is the CFO.
Yeah.
Sort of thing.
And they're not working together.
No, they're working together.
Oh.
That's right. They have the R&B security, which is the Russo and Bischoff security.
or rhythm and blues.
True.
I
Yeah.
watched every single episode of this show when it aired live, and I can't remember a fucking single thing.
Well,
about it.
welcome to us because
Yeah.
we've been watching this for 6 months and none. It's
We
all
can't
new.
remember last week.
Yeah.
Like it never. It's gone. It's
Ah.
it's a very ethereal show.
I have ether binges that I remember better than this fucking garbage.
So yeah, Kim
Oh,
jumps.
it's the Bad Show Police coming.
We're gonna drive this show away and
What do we have here?
So yeah, Kim jumps DDP with chair. Sid saves. Swerve. Hogan saves. Fun brother. That's what I wrote.
Yep.
So.
But then as Bischoff is walking down the ramp, he's like, "You stay there for your death sentence, Hogan," or da-da-da. "You stay right there." So then they go to commercial. They come back, and who gets to wrestle Hogan?
This segment is real weird. So
We're not sure.
So Bischoff comes out and he's like, "Hey, I got someone that you're gonna have to face.
Here's Kidman.
It's Kidman, but also here's Horace."
Wearing the Fun Brother jacket.
Yeah, wearing an FUNB jacket, and then he says you have to wrestle Horace,
Yes.
and then Kidman runs down.
But then the bell rings, and then Hogan just kicks the shit out of Kidman.
Yeah.
And Horace just stands in the ring and watches.
In the ring,
Because he doesn't
Yes.
want to fight his family.
In the ring.
he's the cuck.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So yeah, Kidman bumping around. eating
Kidman
shit.
cucked his match.
Yes. Well, it's a good thing Horace cucked his woman later.
Kidman bumped his
Ooh.
ass off in that
Oh, that's
match,
right,
though.
man.
Kidman did bump his ass off.
Man, 2000 WCW is a real cucker be cucked world.
Oh, God.
The best world.
So then Horace turns on Eric, I guess. Because he basically shoves Kidman.
Yeah, shoves Kidman. Bischoff gets on the apron, punches Bischoff.
Yeah.
Bischoff takes a bump to the floor.
All the filthy animals make a save
Yeah.
for the heels.
The heel save.
But then the Hogans work together with chairs and deliver some of those bad chair shots that Luke
Yeah.
was referencing earlier.
They beat up everyone.
They beat up everyone.
Yeah.
Literally everyone. And then
Tori comes out.
Tori comes out. Horace,
Looks at Tori.
and he's like, "It's cucking time."
Yeah.
Turns on his uncle.
Yeah.
You would too.
And then leaves with Kidman's
I would hit my uncle with a chair for Tori.
Yeah. I would climb.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you kidding me?
Oh, I climb.
100%.
Climb mouth first over Dick Mountain just to get a piece of Tory.
I would climb through like a minefield of uncles and chairs to get to Tori. So they leave. Horace has a swank new red vest that just says NB.
NB. No more
No more
FU.
fun, brother. No, yeah. So it's no brother. And then Kidman's upset understandably, because he just got cucked, my man.
Yeah, Horace just fucking Tori in the back of a limo now.
Yep.
Leave me, you bitch.
All right.
So, final segment. It's also kind of an ugly one. Ric Flair versus Jeff Jarrett. Flair's in street clothes, but different street clothes.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah, different street clothes.
They brawl. Flair does my favorite trope in WCW 2000. He bullies Mark Madden in the middle of a match. Just like, kind of like
fight over to the announce table.
Hey, you're flying, whatever, kind of slaps him. There's multiple low blow transitions.
Oh, yeah.
Look,
how else are you going to transition offense from a face to a heel than with a low blow?
Yes.
I'd like to hear it.
But also, from a heel to a face.
Also, from a heel to a face.
The entire front row is cheering on Rick as he beats the shit out of Jarrett. It's all these women.
Bachelorette party.
They're about to get Flair bust.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Kelly, would you like to define what the Flair bust consists of?
Flair bus is Ric Flair taking a bunch of women outside while they watch him bang a bus.
That's a Russo-esque swerve we got for you there. Jarrett gets him in the figure four. At this point, Charles Robinson noticeably checks that they have enough time to do their play and finish. And then Flair small packages him after making a bit of a comeback.
New world champion. Third title change of the night.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then Jarrett, understandably mad, hits Charles Robinson with the fucking...
Blasts him with a guitar.
And just takes a wicked bump.
They beat down Flair with a Lady Liberty statue.
Yeah, so
I don't remember this.
This debuted last week.
Okay.
Maybe he's carried it around before. We knew nothing about it till last week.
It's when he joined Russo because of the whole New York thing.
Yeah, so Russo, like the talisman that Russo has given David Flair is this little Statue of Liberty statue that is made of talcum.
Pewter?
Not pewter.
Granite?
No. It's made of whatever the softest mineral is.
Gotcha.
And he hits his dad with it. That's the only use it serves.
Basically.
He's hit his dad with it twice.
So they go to steal the belt.
Yeah.
Kevin Nash makes the save.
Yeah. I love walking tall Kevin Nash, just righting wrongs wherever he goes.
That's all he did on this show,
Yeah.
basically.
Yeah.
Yeah. He made the save for Lex and Liz.
Save for Lex, save for Flair.
Yeah. Beat the shit out of Mike Awesome.
Almost powerbombed Mike Awesome.
Sells for nobody.
No.
Steals the belt.
Yep.
Jackknives Jeff Jarrett through the ring.
Yeah.
Awesome.
That looked pretty cool.
It was good.
They got those boards out of there really quick.
Yeah.
Yep. He's batting 500 on powerbombs.
That is the last
That's
time
a Hall of Fame average.
I was going to say that's some George Brett shit right there. And then all the while this is going on, we cut back to Eric.
This is my fault, and I apologize.
Sorry. Eric is in the back with Shane Douglas, saying that him and Russo can't be at Thunder. They got important meetings to get to.
Yeah.
And Shane
They
Douglas
have more important things to do than their one job.
Yeah, run the show that they run.
Yeah.
They aren't running shit.
This is true. And so they leave the show for Shane Douglas to run, which we're not going to watch, because fuck you, we're not watching Thunder.
You mean after we finish all this year, we're not going back and doing the full year of Thunder?
Fuck you, we're not watching Thunder.
Wait, you guys aren't watching Nitros and Thunders together? Because there's a continuity, bud.
I think
Luke, you're wrong.
we can sum up this episode and this year by saying, fuck you, we're not watching Thunder.
Also, fuck you, New Blood.
Fun brother.
Fun brother.